Hi my dolls, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be making a headboard. I did kind of want to make like a quilted type of headboard, and I'm sure it's not that complicated, but I felt like there might be an easier way to achieve the look. And so what I did was I cut out these squares, and this is how they look all together. They kind of give that upholstered quilted headboard type of look. I wanted a full bed as well, so I'm going to cover this as the footboard, and this is going to be the headboard. As you can see, this is going to, go on the floor, and the part that you actually see is going to be covered with the squares. And then I have these two pieces as the sideboards. Measurements are not important. You make it however big you want to make it. And that's why I'm not very, eager to include measurements, because it's just gonna box you in. I'm going to take this fabric and cover this whole thing, because if there's any gaps, I want this to be the background of the gaps. So let's proceed to go and do this part. So here I have the headboard part covered. So this is the back of it, and then this is the front where the squares are going to go, and I have the footboard part covered. You want the fabric glued directly to the foam board. That way it's secure enough to glue the furniture together. Here is the headboard upholstered now, and as you can see, the effect is really nice. If you want more gapping, you can always manipulate and place the tiles to have more of a distinct gap, but I wanted to have them very tightly together for this first time, for the first go round. Also, I don't have a really good example on hand to show you, but I have these, and of course I can play with those on here some type of way. But this is foam board, so this can probably take really well to actual upholstery tacks or even just plain thumbtacks. So there's a lot of potential here with this project. So these are the two side pieces for the bed. I have wrapped them. So the bed looks really good. Now all I have to do is put in these slats, but if you don't want to do a ton of extra cutting, all you really have to do is put in one slab, just so the mattress can sit on there, and also it will add some sturdiness to it. So here is the finished product of the bed itself with the slats. I'm very happy with how this turned out, and it feels really sturdy. So I do use the foam board from Hobby Lobby. It's $1.99 and it's rather dense and high quality for that price. But also, I love how the bed looks, and it's measuring about 9 inches. And it is about, like I said, 6 inches wide, so 9 by 6. So a typical bed for Barbie is going to be 12 inches, and you could do that especially if your doll is not articulated. However, when your doll is articulated, you can get away with a much lower inch count. This is what I prefer, because there's something that just doesn't look quite right about a 12-inch bed. It looks too long. If your dollhouse isn't that big, it can't even accommodate a 12-inch bed. It just looks a tad more realistic if you compact that bed a little bit more. Now, of course, you want to make this custom to the dolls you're most likely to use it for. Make it custom not only to the size of your dolls, but your dollhouse. So this is a moderately articulated doll from Mattel, and this is a made to move. So if you have made to move dolls, this size is still going to work. Usually we sleep in a fetal position, and while this size is pushing it for this curvy doll, also weigh in the fact of how much you will be showing and photographing your dolls in bed sleeping. If it's going to be mostly used as a prop for your pictures, again, it doesn't need to be the full 12 inches. It doesn't need to be taking up that much space, and it doesn't need to be looking that unrealistic. Keep in mind as well how many dolls will be sleeping in the bed, sleeping in air quotes, of course. You might want to widen it, and if you widen it, then bring it out a little bit more, will still keep the same proportion and would still work at looking realistic. I'm going to save making the mattress for a different video because I'm not sure how I want to design it yet. I just know I want it to be somewhat of a lush mattress. So I am going to stop the video here. I hope you found it helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!